What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Corviknight in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing some competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, put it below in the comment section, and if you want to support the series and the channel, drop a like on the video and let's get started. So, Corviknight is an extremely good Pokemon with quite a lot of options for it. So first we're going to be having a look at a bulky, tanky set here, making use of its very nice health stat and its pretty good all-around bulk. So we've got the EV spread here as 248 in health, and we've got the rest in special defense and careful nature. So we're really tanking out its special defense because it isn't the greatest special defense stat, but it is still pretty reasonable. Now, this set is all around bulking up, obviously increasing its defense and its attack, which works very, very good with body press. One of the moves you'll see on Corviknight a lot of the time, whether, you're running this set or another one. There's quite a lot of sets that do incorporate this move. So, body press and bulk up work very, very well. I've got the ability as Mirror Armor now. I mean, it actually gets pressure, nerve. All these abilities are actually kind of decent on this style of set. But I did Mirror Armor because I thought that'd be a little bit more handy as for, stats being dropped and stuff like that. But you could go unnerve or pressure, whatever you really like there. None of them are really like super overpowered abilities, but, they can be handy depending on like the sort of set. Now, I've given this Roost as well. Roost is a good move there for Corviknight, or a great move for it. Can heal itself off. You'll pretty much see every Corviknight with Roost. And the last bird is, the last move is Brave Bird. So that just gives it some coverage there for ghost type. So after a lot of body presses, this thing is going to be very, very tanky, and it's reasonably tanky on the special side there when you're running a max special defense and max health. Rocky Helmet is just there to do a little bit of damage there to any physical moves while you're using bulk up and increasing defense, and basically just use body press and bulk up when you can, and then roost off the damage and then keep going. You've also got Brave Bird 2 there for some extra damage, like any ghost Pokemon that come in, things like, psychic types, stuff like that. You can hit them for a pretty hard damage. This is pretty hard to take this out, actually. It is weak on the special side, so it can't take repeated, super effective attacks from, very, very powerful Pokemon and, electric type Pokemon. Fire, like, it really does struggle with fire type Pokemon, so just bear that one in mind before you start setting up bulk ups and things like that. But once they're out the way, the coast is clear, you're going to get a pretty good run with it. Now, I've given this one Terra type fighting just to power up body press. There's a lot of Terra types that could actually work on this. You could give it Terra type water. That'd be good for, those fire type Pokemon. That'd be kind of nice. But I sort of gave it fighting because that sort of benefits body press. But you could definitely give it water. Heck, you could even give it stuff like, you could even give it normal if you wanted to, so it only has like fighting weakness. So that's that's another one you could use. Like electric, that's another good one there if you just want one weakness. So just a lot of different types you can go for there with Corviknight. So very, very good body press Pokemon. Next set we're going to have a look at here is going to be more of a defensive, like a defogger, like pivoting set. It makes a very, very good defogger and like a slow kind of pivot for a team. So this one is max health and max defense there, and we just make it purely bulky with Impulse Nature. I've got Leftovers as the item. You could go Leftovers, Rocky Helmet. There's a lot of good items it can run. I've given this Pressure. I feel like Pressure would probably be better mostly on this style of set. And then we've got Defog in there. Getting rid of the hazards is very, very handy for sure. We've got U-Turn just as a pivot, and we've got Roost to heal up. And Body Press just doing some good damage there because it's got a fat attack stat. A defensive stat, so we can make really, really good use of that. So these sets are sort of similar in the way of this one is very tanky all round, whereas this one is like more defensive, but very, very tanky. Both of these sets, they sort of they run a little bit differently, but they're kind of similar. Next set we got here is we're making use of its bulk once again. However, we're using the move Power Trip. So Power Trip is a really cool move. You get 20 base power for each of the stat boosts. So I thought, well, we can may as well just do the same EV spread as the bulk up one. However, we're making use of bulk up and Power Trip, right? So Power Trip is going to be very, very powerful after many bulk ups there. It's going to make Corviknight bulky, and I've also given it Agility and Roost too. Now, you could get rid of Agility and give it Body Press if you wanted to. That's all good. I mean, Agility really only adds to the power of that anyway for Power Trip, and we've got Roost to heal off any damage. Plus, we've also got Apricot Berry here to increase his special defense by 1 stage at Accord Health, which you'll probably experience because you'll be setting up bulk ups and roosting off and stuff like that. I've given it mirror armor as well. You could give it pressure, unnerve, whatever you like there. It's all pretty, all pretty much the same there, depending on what teammates you have and stuff like that. But yeah, this one will be very, very powerful. Even a resisted power trip is going to do a lot of damage. The cool thing about this move too, say you're versing like a Pokemon that has Unaware, these power trip stacks will still count. Not your bulk up boost per se, but the power trip stacks that you've got on this move will still count. So it'll be able to bypass that somewhat. So you'll still be able to do some damage and you won't be walled there. Just a little note. Same with the agility and stuff like that. But yeah, you could get rid of agility and just give a body press if you wanted to. If you're like, oh, well, I don't really need those extra stacks. I don't need to be fast. I'm just going to get body press going. That's fine as well. Both of those little options there can work. I've given this Terra type Dark to power up the, power up not body press, power trip. You could give that Dark, you could give it ground, like there's lots of things you could give it there. I just gave it another way to boost up its, its power trip to make it really, really stupidly powerful, right? So there you go. There's a power trip set. So these probably are the ones you're going to see more often. This one's you're going to see a lot and stuff like this, variants of this, and you sort of maybe a bit of this. And now we're going to go into a choice band set because I think the choice band set isn't all that bad. It's got a little bit of potential. So we've got choice band. Now, I want to explain my EVs here. So you could run max speed if you wanted to with, I just don't think there's not too much point of it. I like it as a slow, bulky choice band set. So I've given it max health and max attack. And if you start going, say if you went like Jolly and stuff like that, it's really going to hit like a wet paper bag. So there's almost no point giving it choice band at that stage. You're sort of being outclassed by other Pokemon. But with this, I think it's got its own little niche because you can be very, very bulky and you've got like a good amount of moves to use on it. So you got U-turn, slow bulky pivot there. You got Brave Bird, powerful flying move, Iron Head, powerful steel type move. And I've given it Terra Blast ground as well. So for any electric type moves that are fired at you, stuff like that, very, very good. You could just go, honestly, you say you're versing a great example here. Say you're versing a speedy electric type Pokemon, right? Let's say, I don't know, Regieleki, right? Or Raichu or Goldengo's Thunderbolt, something like that. You could go for the Terra Ground. They're going for the T-Bolt, right? You go Terra Ground and then you hit them with Terra Blast, or maybe you just want to U-turn against them, so you go Terra Ground, then U-turn. There's cool little ways about going with that with Terra Blast, and lots of different strategies that you can go for the Terra type. That's a good thing about the Terra typing. So that's what I go about using for the choice band set. As for Choice Scarf, you probably could give it a go. Let's have a look at it. So we got Choice Scarf there. So that's going to boost up its speed a little bit. So winning a decent amount of speed there. Our attack is okay too. So I'd probably run this set almost the same. There wouldn't be much difference. I guess the main difference there would be you're just going to be going faster and you might be able to get some Iron Head flinches. You might be able to get that U-turn going a little bit faster and attacking with Brave Bird and stuff it's just got a bit more speed and stuff like that. If you really want to go Jolly and Choice Scarf, you could, but man, you're not going to be hitting very hard. That's the only thing. Corviknight's attack stat is kind of average. 87 base is it's not terrible, but it's not that great either. Its best as it doesn't even have 100 attack. So I feel like it's better suited for these tanky sets like the bulk up set or the default support set. But if you want to make it hitting hard without that, you really do need Adamant in my opinion there. For sure. So let's have a look at some more meme sets there. So I noticed that Corviknight actually gets Nasty Plot, which is pretty cool. So if you want something a little bit different, you could go for this. So I've got a Speedy set. Now, when I say Speedy, I sort of mean that loosely, right? Because 67 base speed isn't exactly what you call fast by any means. So probably a Pokemon with some support, web support down would be very, very handy, or Tailwind support too, That's also another good move on Corviknight as well. I will go into doubles and stuff like that in a sec, but don't forget it also does get Tailwind too. So that's a very, very good support move there. Whatever set you're running, that could also slot on easy. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. So yeah, we got this set now. it actually gets Hurricane, which is a nice special flying move. High base power, good stuff. We've got Flash Cannon there as well, and it also gets Steel Beam, which is interesting too. But Steel Beam gives up a lot of health, so I probably wouldn't want to recommend that if you're going for a sweep. Now, I thought a good way to try and boost up its, well, terrible special attack would be, apart from Nasty Plot, so you could potentially have a super effective attack, because let's be real, it's got some good bulk about it, even with, no health, investment or defense investment. It can still take a, probably a non-stab super effective move from a lot of Pokemon, so, that could give it a weakness policy, and then, maybe after a Nasty Plot, it's going to be hitting, like, really, really hard, They'll be nice. Those Hurricanes and Flash Cannons will be popping off. The weakness is it's very, very slow, too. So you might be able to incorporate, I don't know, you might be able to incorporate agility onto there, but then again, you give up, like, Nasty Plot, so you're kind of relying heavily on the on the weakness policy, which isn't always going to happen. Now, the terror I've given that one is ground. You could also give it water. That's another good one too. So you could hit like those pesky fire type Pokemon that come in there. The only thing about having terror type water is you're still going to be weak to electricity. So that's going to be very, very bad there. So you could probably go ahead and do ground like I kind of had there before. All right, so there's your special set. That's a little bit of interesting. It does have a bit of potential there, but the things about it, it is kind of slow. Now, I'm going to look at this last set here, then we're going to talk about some Pokemon that, we're going to talk about some Pokemon that are good partners for it, and, some good counters for it as well, and then some, some more thoughts and stuff like that, doubles and some other stuff. Okay, so we got a Pimp Knight special here. We always have to release one in the video. So we've got the Scummy Knight here. So this set is all based around flinching the opponent. It's just pure filth. So we've got Corviknight here. We've got Protective Pad. So the holder's moves are going to be protected from adverse contact effects, basically. So we're not going to take any damage from, like, Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs and things like that. And we've got a Screech to drop the opponent's defense there, which is going to be handy. We've got Iron Head. So Iron Head Flinch spam. That's what we're purely going for here. We're going to use Sand Attack as well, so we're just going to spam Sand at them. And basically, we're just going to spam Iron Head over and over again, drop the defense of Screech, and we've got Agility, so we can make sure we go first. When you've got a flinching set, you always want to be going first there. The ability on this one is going to be Mirror Armor. Look, you could go for Unnerve too. Maybe they've got a Berry and stuff like that. That would be good to, get rid of that, or at least stop them, have that activation happening. So, yeah, you could run any of that. The EVs I've given it are Adam and Nature, because we do want to hit as hard as possible, because even then it's not hitting, like, super hard. And after one Agility, it's going to be very, very fast there. So, you're doubling its speed. That's good agility. So, yes, a Pimp Knight special here. I was thinking about another thing too. If you didn't want Screech, you could have, like, a mix scumbag set. So we've got Air Slash Flinches, and we've got Iron Head. The only thing is you'll have to sort of, like, adjust the EVs a little bit. So it'd have to be, I don't know what I want to drop here. Like, I don't really want to drop his... I mean, we could drop his defense a little bit because it's still very bulky, so we could have that as well. But, man, its special attack is like trash, so really you'd only be using that for, super effective hits. Most of the time you're going to be using Air Slash. And I know it's walled by Steel, but we're just going for every flinch we can here, So a little bit of a fun set there if you want to try some memes out. Now, some Pokemon that would be good as partners. So Corviknight, as you know, is a very, very good Pokemon. However, it is countered a lot. So a really great partner for it would be Dondozo. I mean, Dondozo is a great partner for a lot of Pokemon, but mainly this Pokemon, Dondozo, can tank those fire-type moves that really, really threaten Corviknight. It's such an excellent, swapping for it. Now, another good one here, I'm thinking just on the spot, to get rid of some of those... So that would be a great Tusk to be another good Pokemon along beside it as well. I'm thinking about another bulky Pokemon here. We got Ting Lu. I was about to say that Ting Lu. This is a really good Pokemon as well as like a teammate and stuff like that. Just because... Mainly because of their bulk. They've got some good bulk to swap into there. Normally, they're very, very defensive, so they can take those fire-type moves quite well and, threaten back and cause swaps and things like that. And this can get rid of a lot of the I've already done a Great Tusk guide, by the way, and a Ting-Lu guide. But yeah, this can get a deal with a lot of the threats that come up against Corviknight there. I say Dondozo is probably the best out of all of them for like a swap in for fire type moves and stuff like that. It is a bit weak to weak to electric. So if you got like Ting-Lu and we've got Great Tusk and stuff, they're good for electric type moves and their overall bulk and stuff like that too. Now, I'm trying to think of another good one that would work well here. So in Med, I think, let's have a look at Goldengo. So Goldengo actually is pretty good against Corviknight. Like, a lot of them do carry, like, Thunderbolt. So that would be good, especially like Ting-Lu. That would be quite good for Goldengo running around too, because Corviknight kind of struggles to do anything to... It can't use body press against it, and Brave Bird does donkey. So I'd say Goldengo is probably a top counter there for Corviknight. It really is. Unless you're running something like Terra Ground or something like that, Goldengo is going to be like a real thorn in your side. So I'd say that Ting-Lu would be a great partner for it. Another good one, I was thinking Slowking here. So Slowking's a pretty good, not a bad sort of Pokemon with it too, because it's very slow and it's got Regenerator as well, so that would work pretty reasonable, at least at stopping the fire type moves and things like that too. Also, like any other entry hazard Pokemon would be good at the same time, alongside it and stuff like that too. Trying to think of some other ones there on the spot. I mean, some other teammates that would be good, like say we want some physical attackers, I don't know, like Iron Valiant, right? That'd be a nice Pokemon. Let me bring it up there. Iron Valiant would be good there. Any real powerful physical special attackers always work well with Corviknight, and Corviknight sort of just works as the core around them. So it's very, very versatile for that, mainly this sort of role here, and maybe this one too. Those ones can work really, really nicely. Now, as for doubles, I'm thinking that we'll bring up a fresh set for that. So for doubles, I'm thinking probably some of the best moves you can give it are probably already what we've covered here. I guess we're going to try and make one now. So Rooster's going to be good in doubles and singles to start off with, right? Another good move is Tailwind. So I'd definitely see this as being a great support Pokemon. I mean, Brave Bird is always just handy to have on there, and I mean, it does get a helping hand as well. Wait, no, it doesn't get helping. Sorry, my bad there. It doesn't get a helping hand. I guess it doesn't have hands, right? It needs like helping wings. I'm trying to think of some other good support moves that it would have. I mean, it's got Taunt as well. Or does Iron Head or body? I mean, body. You got Iron Head or Body Press. So in fact, it works probably very, very similar to what a normal Corviknight in singles would be, unless it's like I guess unless it's like a like that body, I don't know, this Power Trip set, like that's a little bit different. Maybe this is more like singles. This one here, I could say is more like singles and doubles. That you instead of default, you'd probably have like Tailwind or stuff like that, or you'd choose between them. But yeah, as for the Terra typing, so we got Water. That would be a good one. Fire, Water and Fire are probably the best because you can get around those super effective move, right? Except for Water, that's the only thing you really go into Water if you're expecting like a fire type move and stuff like that. As for items, so we had, Rocky Helmet's always good. That's a good item. Leftovers, Citrus Berry maybe would be a good item on there as well. They're pretty good. And the EV spreader is going to be kind of similar. It's probably going to be very, very defensive. So I want to go out and throw out and say probably this set right here would be fine, for doubles play and those sort of things. Outside of that, you're probably sort of looking at kind of like I don't know, like more gimmicky things, But yeah, that's pretty much it for the counters and stuff for teammates. I'll do a final look on this set. Yeah, actually, that's another thing to think about. Its ability, too. I think for doubles, the best ability to run would be Mirror Armor. That'd be much better. So that's definitely something to look at there. So if a Pokemon's stats are going to get lowered, right, the attackers get lowered instead. So that's going to be good for, like, Intimidate users and stuff like that. So if I was you, I would definitely use Mirror Armor. That actually, there's probably no point in using any of the other abilities, especially in doubles. Like, Mirror Armor is going to be your best ability there for for sure. But I feel like I've covered most of the Corviknight sets. Let's have a look at its final moves and stuff there, just some last minute thoughts. Of course, as always, if you got anything to add to it, maybe I missed something out. Maybe you got a set that you're working on and it's really cool. Oh yeah, it's got Hone Claws too, so that's like another way to boost its stats. There's a Iron Defense Body Press set. You can use that. I feel like that's a little bit outclassed by Bulk Up, but it's faster than Bulk Up. For example, what I'm saying about that is, so this set here, right? So you could potentially go Body Press, and instead of using, 2 Bulk Ups, you only need you only need 1 Iron Defense, compared to 2 Bulk Ups. I just like the idea of Bulk Up better because you're also raising your attack. So you're not only just, giving Body Press base power, you're also helping out Brave Bird at the same time. So that one's sort of up to what you like there. But Iron Defense is quicker to get the boost up, to make it bulkier way quicker on the defensive side, and to make Body Press a danger earlier on. And Bulk Up is a lot slower because you need 6 Bulk Ups compared to 3 Iron Defenses. So that's more whether you're works on your team and things like that. But both of them are very, very good options there for Corviknight for sure. Okay, we've gone over Agility, Light Screen. Yeah, it could be a screen Pokemon too. You could have Light Screen, Reflect, Light Clay. I'll even make the setup here for you. So something like, I don't know, something like this. Possibly something along these lines here. Look, I always like to run this bulky on the defensive side. It just works the best for most of the time. And then we got Light Clay. So you could have that as a screener too. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Pressure's not bad either. We got Mirror Armor. I don't think it really matters on Body Press. So yeah, I'd go Pressure. So yeah, so you can have that as a lead. Or it doesn't have to be a lead. It could be mid-game or early game, and then, get your light screens up. U-turn wouldn't be bad on there as well. That wouldn't be a bad move to throw on there. You might have to get... You may not even need Roost, actually. Maybe. Roost is still handy because you might be able to make use of the... that late game. But I don't know. I'd like to put U-turn on there, but I feel like it's kind of outclassed. It's nice to have Body Press and kind of nice to have Roost so it can actually do something. So that's another variant for Corviknight. Okay. And we're just going to have a look at these last couple of moves here. So we went over Nasty Plot. We went over Tailwind, Taunt. It's a bit slow for a Taunt Pokemon. It's got some other memes like Metal Sound. You could do Metal Sound, Throat Spray or something like that. Interesting enough, it gets Sunny Day too, which is kind of, and Rain Dance as well. So it can even set up multiple weather, which is cool. But you can't set up sand. Out of all of them, I thought it'd be able to set the sand up instead of rain and sun. But there you go. That's its status moves there. Nothing really much more to add here. That's its special. It's very, very limited. You might be able to go a Choice Spec Steel Beam set for some crazy base power if you wanted to. A Hurricane, Steel Beam, U-turn, and I don't know, Terra Blast Water or something like that. That could be another option. And yeah, we've gone over most of its physical moves. It does get Heavy Slam, but that's kind of outclassed by Iron Head mostly. And I don't think Corviknight's not all that heavy, I believe, compared to some other Pokemon. It does get Aerial Ace, but that's mostly outclassed. Even Drill Peck, I'd say, outclass it because it's got more base power. But most of the time, you're going to be seeing in the flying moves, you'll be seeing Brave Bird and stuff like that. Yep, that's pretty much it for Corviknight. I hope you enjoyed this one, people. I hope you found it insightful. To sum things up, Corviknight is a very, very good bulky support Pokemon. It's good pivot. It can make a very nice power trip bulky Body Press set, and it's a very good core on any team there, whether you're running a bulky or just the defensive wall. Works great. So hope this one helped out. Tomorrow we've got some theme teams, and we've got I think we've got streams all weekend, so it should be pretty good. All right, people. Peace out.